So Married at First Sight season 16, and we are going to move on to Nicole and Chris. And like I said, oh, what a joy to watch. Just like Nicole said, this is like a rom-com, a romantic comedy. I'm with you, honey. We are seeing what plays out on the screen when you have two givers. I don't know if we've ever seen this before on Married at First Sight. Two givers, and actually probably two overgivers. These two actually, I think, are made for each other. I think it's going to be a beautiful marriage. But let me tell you what their challenge is going to be. When two givers finally meet in the love arena, they're kind of like a little bit scared and don't know what to do because they're so used to being the givers in a relationship. They don't know how to receive. And I think that's what's going on with Nicole now. She's starting to get a little bit scared. She's starting to get scared that she's not going to be able to outgive Chris. And then therefore, will Chris like her? Because what I know about Nicole now is that we know she's not the most beautiful girl in the room. She doesn't have the most fabulous body in the room. And I believe what she decided in her life was, I'm going to be friendly, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to be funny. And those are going to be the things that help me make it out here in the dating world. Because it's not that guys won't like her. There's always someone for everyone. But she was very well aware of she doesn't have some of the things other women have to work with. That is, she doesn't have this beautiful look, according to today's beauty standards. And she doesn't have the best body according to today's beauty standards. That doesn't mean that she's not a pretty girl. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have a body she should be proud of. I'm just saying, being honest in what we know about what beauty standards are out here in the world. And therefore, she's come up against this. So probably what she's done in a relationship is she's tried to overcompensate for that and how she feels and say, I'm going to nice this man to death. And if I'm so nice to him and if I'm so giving to him and I'm so caring to him and I overlook this and I overlook that, then eventually that man will grow to love me and overlook my looks or my body. So that is where she's used to operating. And oftentimes that's probably gotten her into trouble because she's overgiven to men and she's probably given in situations when she shouldn't have. Now, I believe the same thing has happened to Chris. Chris, I believe it's the same thing. He's not the most handsome man in the bunch. He's not the man with the best body. He's kind of really, to be honest with you, in the same bucket as Nicole. Now, here these two meet, both overgivers in past relationships, super nice, being taken advantage of, and now they meet. So they come into this relationship, and now they say, I'm going to do exactly what I did in other relationships. I'm going to just give. Compliment. I mean, these people, these two, she says, oh, you look handsome. He says, oh, you look pretty. She says, oh, your eyes are pretty. She goes, oh, so are your eyes. He goes, oh, I like your dress. Oh, I like your suit. I mean, to tell you, they are going to out-compliment each other. And what you saw starting to happen with Nicole, she actually started to feel a little bit defeated. Did y'all see the look? I think she's so used to being the number one complimenter, the number one person giving, the number one person doing more for the other person. She now starts to feel a bit uncomfortable because she's like, oh my gosh. He's given me way too much. How can I overgive to him? And how will I have my value? How will I raise my value to him if he's always giving me more than I've given to him? She's going to have to learn how to relax and to receive. And he's going to also have to learn how to relax and receive. And this is also when it comes to this talking. They both like to talk. I told y'all that this talking might be a problem with them. But here's the thing about their talking. They like to talk because they like to entertain people, because that's another way they like to make people like them. So now they're going to have to learn that, you know what? I don't have to do all the talking, all the entertaining, because this person over here wants to talk and entertain me. They're going to have to learn that they can be quiet sometimes and they can listen and they can laugh at the jokes of the other person, and they don't have to be the one up on the stage doing all the entertaining. It's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this. It's not a bad job to have, and I think they're going to make it. I'm sure they're going to make it. And it's going to become so easy because These two are going to be in a relationship where now they don't have to do all of the work by themselves. And they're more than likely in past relationships, they were doing probably 60, 70% of the work. And now they're going to be in this beautiful relationship where they have a true partner, and not only a partner who compliments them and does things for them and who wants to also be an entertainer in the couple, that is going to allow both of them just to relax a little bit in a relationship, probably more than they've ever had to do before. They're not going to have to carry the whole load. I'm really going to enjoy watching them navigate this giver-giver relationship. Two givers come together, because typically you don't find it. Typically what you find out in the street is that you have a giver, and people who are takers locate that giver and they latch on to that giver and they squeeze and squeeze stuff from that giver. And that giver is attracted to that taker because that giver loves to give. And so they notice the taker and like, ooh, I can go over here and just give and give to that person. But let me tell you, the experts have intervened for these two. The experts have intervened and said, you know what? I'm taking you out of that cycle and I'm going to give to you another giver. Someone that you probably wouldn't have even chosen on your own. She says she would have chosen a giver. That's who she wants, but she probably wouldn't have chosen them because it probably would have made her feel uncomfortable. Like right now, all this crying she was doing is because she started to feel a bit uncomfortable. And then she started to get a little scared and say, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. No, it's not too good to be true, Nicole. You have made it. Thank these experts. Let me tell you, this is another one. I told you last time, I said some of the great matches the experts have done. This is going to be another one. This is going to be one of the best matches the experts have ever done in putting two givers together, because typically out in the world, two givers don't find their way to each other. That's the sad thing about it. They actually don't find their way to each other. And here the experts have intervened and brought the two together, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. And hopefully it lets other givers out here know you've got to go opposite of what's natural to you. You givers out there in the world who are the Nicoles, don't go with the person you feel most comfortable with, because more than likely you're comfortable with giving and a person is taking. Go with the guy where you feel uncomfortable because he's given too much for you. Do the Nicole, but do it on your own. Don't wait for the experts to compare you up with someone. You can do it on your own, but you've got to break yourself from the cycle of being attracted to someone that you can give to so that you feel better. There's a tip. Like I said, I always like to give little tips. Y'all can throw them in the garbage can if you want to, but that's my little tip. But I'm happy for these two. So watch my other videos, y'all, and my after party. Talk to you later. Bye.